Allez, allez, hop, hop, Macaro. La bobo. Mais, macaroni, spaghetti, meatballs. Allez, allez, hop, hop,
Good morning, afternoon, evening everyone. Welcome to Managersim episode 34, and here we're doing a quick update of the Doughnut Cup. Plus we've got some news items, and right at the end of the episode we have got a screenshot, an world exclusive screenshot for possibly what Managersim 2 will look like in the future. Ben has sent me a couple of screenshots. He sent me two. I'll show you one tonight and the one in a future episode of something you might seem interesting. Of course, let me know your views. But first things first, let's go over to the Doughnut Cup, and we're towards the end of the group stages now. We've only got 6 games left, 2 in Group A, 4 in Group B, and we've kind of had already sides that have qualified. Not surprisingly, Elfsborg isn't one of those sides, even though we did actually win our last group game against the AI side, Djurgården. Djurgården and Gothenburg are still managed by the AI, so we've got no update there. So the rules still stay that if they finish second in the group or top their group, then their place will be taken by the third team. But it looks like that won't happen anyway, because as I thought, the AI is not as clever as us guys, and both Djurgården and Gothenburg have struggled in the group games. So well done everyone there. So let's go over to what it looks like at the moment. And obviously there's my mail screen, which you've seen already. So we'll go back to this in a minute. What we'll do is go to the Doughnut Cup and the standings and the fixtures. Here's the fixtures as it was as now. We've only 6 games to go, so we've had some more recent games, including in Group A, where my mouse is. Örebro beating the computer side Djurgården 1-0, good win. My Elfsborg side then beat Djurgården 2-1 away using the brand new formation. Örebro and AIK seem to be the 2 top sides in Group A. AIK played 3-1-3. They're currently playing in Europe, hence why they've got their fixtures all right towards the end here. So out of the 4 games left, 2 will be played at the next tick, and one of them's AIK's game. They've still got 3 games to go, and they're top of the table. In Group B, it's a much tighter group. It's going to be between Hammarby, Malmo and Trelleborg, with Gothenburg struggling. There's been quite a few games here since the last tick. Trelleborg beating Gothenburg, Malmo drawing against Gothenburg, which probably will cost them their place in the semis. Then Malmo lost heavily at home to Trelleborg, and then Malmo then went and beat Gothenburg. But here's the table. This is an important table. So if I just move this a bit further over there, ignore the whiteness here. Let me see. Hopefully I'm not in the. Yeah, you can make that out. So as you can see here, AIK have virtually qualified because of their superior goal difference. The only people that could get in the way is my Elfsborg side. My Elfsborg side still got 1 game to go, but they got a goal difference of -2 where AIK's 4, so AIK need to lose quite heavily in a couple of games. So it's highly likely my Elfsborg side will qualify, which means well, highly unlikely they will qualify, but AIK are kind of qualified because of the goal difference. So it's going to be between Örebro and Elfsborg, my side, for the final game. And if we look at the fixtures, my Elfsborg side will play in Djurgården and Örebro will be away to AIK. So it's going to be interesting to see what might happen. Örebro have got a better goal difference than my Elfsborg side, but anything can happen. So there's a slight chance I might get to the semi-final. We'll see. As you can see in Group B, Trelleborg and Hammarby have already qualified. That Malmo drew against Gothenburg did prove them costly, and Trelleborg have played all their games. They won 3, drawn 1, lost 2, and they've got 10 points, 1 goal plus goal difference. Hammarby still got 2 to play, so if they win both their games, they'll finish on 11 points and they will top the table. If they don't win both their games, then Trelleborg will finish group winners. Malmo will finish third no matter what, unless Gothenburg can do better in their last 2 games, but of course Gothenburg's by the AI side. In their last fixtures in Group B, we see Hammarby playing Gothenburg twice at home. So if I was a betting man, I think Hammarby will probably beat Gothenburg twice. So I would say, sorry Trelleborg, I would say Hammarby will finish top of the table with 11, Trelleborg second with 10, and Gothenburg will stay at bottom with 2 points. So I think we'll see what's going on in the next episode if my predictions were right, but at the moment I would think it's Trelleborg, Hammarby, AIK. I don't know about Örebro and us, Elfsborg. It could be either side on that one. If you look at the fixtures, Elfsborg, we probably got the easier fixture. We're home to Djurgården, but Djurgården, they might do better in this game. But Örebro, I got it difficult against AIK, so we'll have to wait and see. We'll now go to some domestic news about the game. So let's just go back into my normal screen, and we've got Mike has put in an article about Helsingborg, and here's his quick report. So hopefully I will make that a little bit bigger for you guys. What I'll do, guys, is I'll let you read that, and I'll come back in a minute. Okay, I was actually called away as well, so I had to improvise. So basically, hopefully you read most of that, and then there's a little bit right at the end. So basically, I've got a little piece there by Mike. You notice the masses of free transfers that came in and out of the club before the free relegation players were released onto the market, and now I've got quite a few very nice prospects. Watch out for his 16-year-old keeper, he'll be very good. This enabled me to pick up another couple of top coaches. The upshot is now I have 5 very good coaches at the club, so he's doing his club really well. He's setting them up really well. Mike has got a really good track record. Of course, he's got his Milan side, which is probably the best side in this game world. I like to think the dummy bids put in free relegation players helped me push the wages up. Don't have any intention of buying them all, but the bids were very low, blah blah blah. I will need to send some players on loan to Milan. How about this? For a few days to prevent Milan from being hit with the 3-0 defeat in the Cup, which would otherwise be caused by having 95% of the club on international duty. Well, it's definitely a bug. Yes, it's definitely a bug, and it needs to be sorted out why the internationals and stuff are played during Cup weeks. But that's also partly because your side is so good, Mike, that all your players are internationals. You can get around this by not buying players who are internationals or from other countries. But it is a bug, I totally agree. There are other good players in the game world who are not from European countries, but it's something Burnham needs to sort out, plus also the assistant manager bug which caused the rule changes in the Doughnut Cup. That needs to be sorted out. How can you play a player who's on holiday leave? They're on holiday, they don't play. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, that's another bug that needs to be sorted out. The other bug caused me unfair to lose Lundberg on a free transfer. Yes, Helsingborg lost some players on the free transfer relegation clause, even though Helsingborg did not get relegated. I think this was to do with the tick problem. And that tick problem, I think originally when the first game was actually played, Helsingborg were in the relegation zones. I think that's why these players got released, but not all of them got released, so I don't know what was going on there. And so it's another thing that needs to be looked at, I guess, but that's between Mike and Burnham. But yeah, that's definitely he has taken some of his Elfsborg players back over to Milan so Milan can actually play a side during the week. So again, that's unfortunate that it's clashed. His cup games clashed with internationals, and it should really be sorted out. Or I think in real life, if that happens, the game gets called off because of international call-ups. But this is Managersim. It hasn't happened. So there you go. That's an interesting article by Mike. And now the last thing we're going to do today, because this is a rather quick episode. I'll do a longer one as we know what the final group games results are and who are the 4 finalists in semis of the Doughnut Cup in a couple of days' time, probably the weekend. What you all come here to see is what Managersim 2 might look like. I'm calling it Managersim 2 because it hasn't really been given a name. Burnham behind the scenes has been working on a couple of things about the game, about the future. And he's given me a sort of like a world exclusive for what one of the possible screenshots will look like. And what we need to do is we need to show what the screen looked like before and what he thinks it will look like now. So this will give you away what the screenshot I'm going to show you, obviously, because I'll be selecting the before look. And this is the before look. This is what we're all used to at the moment. This is the Managersim European map. This is quite well known. All the countries bolded means you can play for them. You can be a human manager in these countries. All ones that are not bolded, you can just watch and view, but you can still buy and sell players there. So, picture that. This is what this map would look like in Managersim 2, and you'll notice quite a few differences. There you go. Hopefully you can see that, and my icons are not really in the way there. So, noticeable differences is it's a lot more colourful. It's a lot more updated. All the country names are in Swedish at the moment, so don't read too worried about that. But as you can see here, you've even got the little planes going from each country. I had to take a snapshot of this, so I can't really zoom it very well. So there you go. So sadly on the recording you probably won't see this as good as me because somehow the YouTube recording is not as good. But you can see the little planes. This is like a dotted line that goes from here to so all the capitals are here actually. So there's Paris, there's London, Dublin, Berlin, Warsaw, Moscow. So little plain lines going for each country. So all the countries that we're used to are there. We've got Kazakhstan over here, which is I think pretty new. Turkey down there. I need to unzoom it. Then you've got Cyprus, Malta. Yeah, all the countries you expect the normal Managersim game to look like, but the European map looks much better, looks much clearer, doesn't look so dated. Obviously all this is brand new, and it's, as you see here, it's just got Europe. That's because what Burnham's told me is that he's going to do the whole world as a map. So it's not just Europe. So we're going to have a South America, a North America, Africa, Australasia, Asia. And I'm guessing you could be manager of those countries as well. So the game is going to get much, much bigger. And here, of course, you've got nice little graphics. So European champions, UEFA Cup winners. Well done, Paul. Toto Cup winners, all the clubs there. And then the last thing is, that's actually the world map. It's hidden there because of my zoom. But here you can see all the icons. So that must be squad. And then some couple of news ones. There's a newspaper. That must be newspaper because it's got sports news. Let's see if I can get that a bit bigger for you guys. Oop, no, won't be able to, I'm afraid. The date, and then I think you've got probably transfers and stuff like this over here. The mail, the envelope gives the mail away, and then the date. So there you go. That's what the possible European map looks like. So I'm guessing you can select each country and go into the league. And again, this is Europe. Burnham has told me again this could be worldwide. I will show you another screen that I received from him. I think he's going to send me some more in future as well. But he's given me two screens, and I'm not going to show you both today. Second screen is pretty interesting as well, but you have to watch the next episode to see that. So there you go. That's what the map looks like at the moment. Let me know what you all think by the comments and see what you say. Yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. Let's go back to the old screen so you can compare the two again. There's the old one and there's the new one. Again, the YouTube recording has probably, you don't see the resolution as good as I do, but it looks good. Like each country's got its own little flag, which is a very nice touch and stuff like that, and the capital cities are all named. So Italy's there. You've got San Marino right there, which is a nice little touch. So even the smaller countries there, Andorra, Luxembourg, Liechtenstein, I think it must be around here as well. Yeah, it's really cool. So let's go back. Any news about Elfsborg? Not really great news. We've had a pretty disappointing pre-season. So what I've done is I've actually now changing my formation. I'm not going to show you my formation or tactical screen for obvious reasons, but I have changed my formation and I'm just trying to see what happens. My side, I am experimenting, putting players in. I've got quite a strong starting 11 now, I think. I'm still trying to get rid of players. So it's like what it has been before. When I had a lot of decent youth players in, that suddenly has dried up completely. I haven't had a real decent youth for quite a while now. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So this is going to be the end of episode 34. Thank you very much for listening, and let me know what you think of the new screenshot. Again, if you want to send me any reports about your side, any video or audio links, again they'd be amazing if you could do that, and please let me know. Yeah, and good luck to the sides and the rest of the fixtures for the Doughnut Cup. Next time you'll see me in episode 35, we'll be actually talking about the semis and who's qualified for semis, and we do a bit quick analysis of each team and see what happens. So I'll say goodbye for now. So thanks again, and I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.